and I welcome you all in this session of CorelDraw in graphic designing. Now from this session we will start with CorelDraw, and our first session is setting up pages. Now setting up pages is the most important thing or the first basic thing you should do when you are starting with any project in CorelDraw. So to open the page option, you go to File and you click on this New tab, or you can click on this icon, or you can press Ctrl and N from your keyboard and you get this dialog box. Now here this is the name of the file which you want to give, and then you have the preset destination. As of now I will keep is at CMYK because CorelDraw is actually for printing. As we know that for printing we need CMYK color mode. Now here is the size of the page which you are working. Now here the default came as letter, but you can see that there are other file tab size also: letter, legal, tabloid, A4 and A3. Now if you go down, you can also see that there are options of web pages. It means you can use CorelDraw both for print and for digital medium. But I will use the most commonly used page size, which is A4. Now when you click A4, you get this width and height automatically, as you know, and this is the orientation. This is portrait and this is landscape. Now I will have only one page, not more than that, and primary color mode I will keep as CMYK, as it is for my printing purpose. For print, the rendering resolution is minimum 300 dpi or dot per inches. So if you want to go here, you can check few of the options, but other than that you click here OK. So as you know that you will get this work area where you need to start your work. But for printing you need something other than only this page. Now what you need is a bleed area and a safe area. Now let me just go to this document and let me just show you about bleed area. Now what is bleed area? The bleed is the part on the side of a document that gives the printer a small amount of space to account for movement of the paper. Now if I go in this screenshot, you can see bleed area is an extra area which we add in our document. So let me just go back and start with this bleed area in this document. Now in this document you only have the exact work area which is provided by Google. Now what I will do, I will go to this layout option, and from the layout option I will click on this page setup. Now the moment you click on this page setup, you will have a dialog box which will open. Now in this dialog box, if you see that these are the page size which we took, everything is there. Now this is the most important thing which is an extra in this page setup option. So you click here as show bleed area, and the default bleed size is 0.125 inches. That means 1/4 of an inch, and you click here OK. Now the moment you click here OK, you can see that you have a small area here. But as my unit here is in millimeters, so you can't actually see the bleed area. So what I will do, I will click here as inches, and again I will go to layout. I will click on this page setup. Now see, as my unit was in inches, so my bleed area became this small. So I want to do 0.125 inches. Now click OK. Now when my unit is in inches, you can see that you have a small distance from the actual work area. Now this area is called the bleed area. As I wrote here, that bleed is the part of the side of a document that gives printer a small amount of space to account for movement of the paper. After trimming, the bleed ensures that no unprinted edges occur in the final trimmed document. So you can understand, for printing purpose, this bleed area is very important. So first I have this bleed area. Now if you have a look in this image once, you can see that there is another area called safe area, and this is the trim. Okay, so the safe area I will just add right now. Now I will create a safe area. Now to create the safe area, again you go to layout and page setup. Now once you get this dialog box, you click on this plus sign once on this guideline tab. So I click on this plus sign and I see this presets. Now you click on the preset and you click here on this user defined presets. Now in this user defined presets, you click on the margin. Now margin, the default margin is again 0.125 inches. So every site will have this 0.125 inches margin. So I can write it here 125 inches. So your top, bottom, left and right all has 0 to 5 inches. Now you can click this apply preset and click OK. Now you see that this is my bleed area and this is my margin area, or this is my safe area as it says. Now I will start working on this entire document. So means whatever you want to do, you have to work within this document limit with this area. So you can also draw a margin like this in this area and you can start working. So this can also be done. Now if I delete this red margin which I just drawn, you can see this area. Now see, it is more like a crop mark or trim mark. Means whatever your artwork or your printing things may be, it will get cropped from this area. Now to figure out whether you have the right resolution or not, you go to layout and you click on this page setup and you will see that there is rendering resolution. Now this rendering resolution is actually the resolution which we did when we opened this new file like this. So this rendering resolution is actually the resolution which you need for printing documents. So I will keep this thing like this now and I will start working on it. So suppose you are using a solid color for the background, not white color but solid color. Now when you are using any solid color for the background or you are using any image for the background, then your image should extend up to the bleed area, or your solid color should always extend up to the bleed area. And that's the reason we draw this area like this with this margin, or with these dotted lines we draw this bleed area and also this margin area. So you place your object here, or you just press P. P means center aligned both horizontally and vertically, and you can lock the object if you want. So that's how you will set up your page in CorelDraw. Now in the next session, we will start with the rulers, guidelines and grids. Because this ruler, guidelines and grids, it will help you to align your object or text or any artwork in such a way that it won't look distorted.